Okay. Chair resumes the meeting at 10:15.
10:15.
Please. Yeah.
10:10.
10:10, I'm sorry.
10:10.
I'm using my watch, which was all I used before. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Trustee Drummond, would you be kind enough to call the roll?
Certainly. Anthony Carnaccio. Present. John DeGrace.
Present.
Arnold Drucker's present. George Gordon.
Present.
Linda Green.
Present.
Wanda Jackson. Edward Powers.
Present.
Donna Tooman.
Present.
Kathy Weiss.
Present.
Jennifer Borzum.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. I'd like to ask, make a motion to approve the March 8th, 2016 minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any against?
I abstain, I wasn't here.
Okay. All right. Dr. West, would you kind enough to?
Sure.
Just kind enough to tackle?
Do you want me to read the entire
Just
thing?
go to
Read
be resolved.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Absolutely.
Be it resolved that the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees accepts the donation of 4 Rocket black-white round seating arrangements with built-in charging USB and 110-volt outlet, plus 10-foot cord from the Faculty Student Association of Nassau Community College.
So do I have a motion to consider this item?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries 10-0. Jennifer, would you be kind enough to just read the resolve on the next donation?
Sure. Be it resolved that the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees accepts the donation of the wide format 45 hot cold laminator from the Alumni Association of Nassau Community College.
Okay, do I have a motion to consider this item?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. And I'm going to ask if we can make a motion on the Article 4, Section 3F of the Board's Rules and Procedures to allow for the consideration of an item that does not appear on the calendar.
I'll second it. Just remove it.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Joe, would you read the whereas for the next?
Whereas the estimated value of the donation is approximately $6,000, whereas the department has determined that this donation will enrich the learning process for the students who take courses offered by the department and greatly appreciates the donation. Resolved that the Nassau Community College Board of Trustees accepts the donation of 1,500 yards of various designer woven wools, shirtings, etc., as well as various knit fabrics from the area.
Any discussion on the resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries 10-0. Report of the interim president.
Good evening, everybody. Just a couple items. As has been my wont, I'd like to start by talking about students, of course. Very pleased to announce that last Monday, or Tuesday, the days will blur, I was able to go up to Albany and witness our 12 students who received Chancellor's Awards. I was kind of surprised because 4 of our students took the transportation that the college arrived, and I thought, well, okay, 4 students out of 12, we'll make a showing, we'll bring everything else back. But by the time the Chancellor called the students' names, 9 of our students were there. And the reason the other students were there is because their parents made certain that they were there, and we were able to meet a lot of parents and get some very good pictures, and the Chancellor expressed surprise and delight that Nassau Community College was so well represented physically, present at the event. The 12 students were Jennifer Borzum, Elizabeth Buccieri, Frank Catrone, Julianne Dykstra, Katie Fryer, Caitlin Gaffey, Tiana LaRosa, Sarah Meal, Stephen McMahon, Jillian Pallone, Randy Perez, Edwin John E.J. Rodriguez were our 12 nominees, and all 12 of the students were nominated. Additionally, this week we received word that more good news on our speech and debate team. Speech and debate team took place in an event over the weekend, and they were named the 7th nationally ranked team, 7th in the nation. I have reached out to Professor Webb, right? Yes, Trent Webb, several times trying to help him arrange to get students here for the May 10th meeting. And we're going to work on that because nothing to make us happy than to be able to honor those students here and perhaps engage in some conversation, maybe a little debate about something. Maybe not. I don't know how we would fare. The more serious item I need to talk about tonight is, of course, the Middle States report that we received orally on March 16th. Since then, some information has been made available to the public. I wish it had not been, but we all know that the report that we received orally is not going to change. There are 14 standards in the Middle State report. We were found not to be in compliance with 7 of them. I met with students yesterday, and I made 3 statements that I'd like to repeat here that I think might serve us well. I don't know whose fault it is. The Middle States debacle, I will call it that. I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know. And I don't care. All I know is we must be accredited. We must be accredited. That is non-negotiable. We can't try to find another organization. We can't waive this. We can't say, it's okay. We'll accept some other recognition. We have to figure this out. And I'm also convinced that Middle States, on or about April 19th, is going to offer us a pathway. The report that we are promised is one that's going to have recommendations and requirements. We've already got a pretty good idea of what those requirements are because of a draft report that I saw that we have, of course, responded to with very few factual errors, but we did send back the couple that we found. We must become accredited. We must follow what we are calling a pathway to accreditation. April 19th, we'll have that report. As soon as we get it, and as soon as we can, we will upload it to the portal, the Middle States portal on the college's website. And then will become the discussion about what our institutional response looks like. And those of you that have been through Middle States before, I have, obviously on a different level, know that it has changed a little bit. And we are still looking for some guidance on what our institutional report will look like. Whether it will be a full-fledged response of here's the requirement, here's the plan, or is it simply, again, looking for corrections and looking to see whether or not we object to any of the requirements, which I don't think we will. So we will figure that out, and I look forward to speaking to the faculty at a rearranged faculty meeting on, I believe, Friday, April 29th. Is that right? Yeah, thank you, Paul. Friday, April 29th, we've rescheduled a faculty meeting, and I can't help but imagine that will be probably the most important topic that we talk about. As entertaining as Ina's budget conversation is, as entertaining as Joe is on facilities, I know that this is the hot topic right now. And again, I'm going to repeat what I said to the students, and I said it to them, and I've said it to them in various ways, including electronic format, trying to reassure them, we must be accredited. That's non-negotiable. We have to figure this out, and we will. And we will be given a way to do that, we'll be given direction, and we will forge a path. Finally, I will mention that tonight I did distribute to the board an action plan relative to some items that were cited in the Middle States draft report specifically for the board. And I don't think we should waste any time at all. I've proposed to get to work on those right away. And the board was extremely receptive today to those ideas. Because there's a representative here from SUNY, I would like to thank them. Johanna, and Donna is here also, but Johanna especially has been extremely helpful in recognizing that this didn't happen overnight. We got here somehow, and we are here now, and we need some help from SUNY. And every conversation that I've had with Johanna has said, yep, we're going to get that help. And we'll figure out what that help is and what that will look like. But again, as I did with the board a few minutes ago, it was 3 hours ago, as I did with the board a while ago, I would like to thank Johanna personally. She has been a wonderful resource for me, and as I said before, a phone call away. You can always find her on the thruway. And last, to finish on a more positive note, tomorrow is an event that, as I understand it, is a tradition here at Nassau Community College, a service day, a day of service. And I look forward to speaking to that event at the very beginning of it. And I think it's wonderful that the college dedicates itself to a day of service with the intent, obviously, being help our students to find a lifetime of service. And that's what I hope I get to say tomorrow, what I hope to hear a little bit more about. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to go to the speakers list. First one is Evelyn Delutti.
Do you have an announcement?
I'm after the speakers list. Evelyn Delutti? Okay. Paul?
Hi. Evelyn had to get home. She has a long distance to go, so she asked me to thank you all for letting her speak earlier on at the Academic Affairs meeting. She really appreciates it. You all appreciate it. So she wanted to let me know that. Wanted me to let you know that. I don't know if this is appropriate because we don't know what you've done, how you've decided in terms of a president, but we do look forward to welcoming a new president if one has been chosen. We look forward to meeting with him or her and operating in the best practices of a shared governance model at the institution. We hope that SUNY will be offering us, it seems like SUNY is going to be offering us a great deal of help in terms of securing the college's middle states accreditation. And that is basically, that's what I have to say. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. David?
Lest Joanna start to squirm, I only promise help, not a great deal of help. So I don't want to.
That's my request.
You're right.
I'm passed.
Okay, Chris?
I'll also pass.
Okay.
Give someone my time if they need it.
Kerry Kiefer Viveretto? Wayne Ramsey? Robert Totter? Rich Cohen?
Hello, I'm Rich Cohen, Department of Physical Sciences, co-coordinator of the Honors Program. During the Academic Affairs meeting, at the very beginning of it, I was very disturbed at what I thought I was going to see. I saw a resolution that was being put forward that I think a lot of people agree was not necessarily the time to put it forward. Then I saw professionals, from what I remember the word being used, called in to potentially speak to the resolution. The professionals in question were all administrators. No faculty was amongst that group. So I was just thinking to myself, here we go again, more of the same. But then something changed. One of the Board of Trustees members, I apologize for not knowing who, realized that Dr. Delutti had her hand up for a considerable amount of time and wanted to add something in. You didn't have to listen to her. You didn't have to let her speak. You did. And we thank you for that. Because I think she contributed a tremendous amount to the discussion. And I would like to think you think so as well. And then a vote occurred and the resolution was not put forward. I would like to think that this is really a great place to start for us to move forward. The Board of Trustees was willing to listen to the faculty at a moment they did not have to. And I would like to think that listening to the faculty at that moment potentially impacted people's minds about the resolution. I like to think of Nassau Community College as a family. Really is quite a dysfunctional family much of the time, but what family is it? We are really staring at a great problem. There's a big problem ahead of us now. When these problems occur, families circle the wagon, work together, and solve the problem. There are tremendous faculty members on campus ready and willing to put in the time and effort to work with you to solve these issues. There are tremendous administrators available on campus who want to work with the faculty and you to solve these issues. I know that if you allow us all to work together, we will solve these issues and accreditation will not be a problem. So hopefully today, where you listen to the faculty and you let the faculty speak and you took our ideas to heart, is the beginning of a new paradigm here where we really work together for the common good, for the students, for the college, because that's really what matters most. Thank you.
Frank?
I'm not speaking.
Come on.
What would a
Mr.
meeting
Brown.
be-
Yeah, you, Frank.
What would a meeting be without you, Frank?
How you doing, members of the board, Dr. Dolan, Vice Chancellor? I want to talk about the possible reduction of full-time lines. Today I got the copies that were sent to all the temp lines. And I think you've heard me say we lost half of our professors in my department to retirement. We picked up 2 temporary lines. And we might now lose those two temporary lines. And these are people I care about. These are people I believe in. Most importantly, I think they're good for the college, and I think they're good for the students. And Melanie Hammer often says at meetings that a 1% reduction, I think, is equivalent to a loss of aid of about $1 million. Is that right? Something like that. And we have to talk about retention. So we were having this big conversation, and I was thinking about students, like what about students who fail out, they're not retained, they don't get the support that they need? And is there a difference between full-time faculty members and adjuncts? And everybody knows I'm really pro-AFA, but I think there's something different between a full-time faculty member and an adjunct, and I think it has to do with office hours. I think it also has to do with the promotion process. I want to share with you a little data that I compiled right before the meeting, and this by no means is complete, but I want to maybe make it think in your mind about full-timers versus adjuncts. So what I did is I looked at how many students are in the class and how many students at the end, I was looking at the grades, failed, got a W, or got a UW. So I separated them into full-time and adjunct. I'm going to pass this out to you. And I want you to look at the percentages. There was a 3 times higher failure rate with our adjuncts. And you might save money with adjuncts. You might. But at the same time, when you think about the retention, and I think you should probably look at this institution-wide. This is a question I think needs to be answered by the institution. What is the retention rate with full-timers versus adjuncts? And again, this is not anything conclusive. I came up with this afternoon, but I do want to put it in your head. I really want to see you work with that budget so we don't lose these temporary lines. We've retired over 100, we picked up 21. I want them to stay. I really need them as a chairperson, but I think the college needs them, and I think our students need them too. So thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to ask for a report from the co-chair of the search committee, Trustee Drucker.
After executive session, we would like to report that a decision for the position as permanent president of Nassau Community College was not reached.
All right. At this time, the next finance and capital meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May 10th, 2016 at 5 p.m., followed by the full board meeting. The board will be open, the public session between 6:15 and 6:30, and resume public session at approximately 7:30 p.m. I'm going to request a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned at 10:27.